5 fundamentals every brand should be considering when they are focusing on their e-commerce channel in 2026 and beyond. So many brands talk about that the competition is becoming more rife, or the algorithms on Amazon and other marketplaces are becoming more complex. But often the truth is that isn't the reason why some businesses are struggling or they aren't seeing that sales growth they were hoping for. It's because they don't have the fundamentals in place to scale their business. So today I'm going to walk you through what those 5 fundamentals are. Fundamental 1, choose the right platform based on your operational fit, not based on FOMO. So making sure that you are focusing on the platforms that you can actually support when it comes to your team, customer service, budget, resources, expertise. You need to make sure you have all of that when you're going into and focusing on a certain channel. I see so many brands spread themselves so thin because then it's almost like that new shiny object syndrome. A new channel comes along and that brand jumps on it. But the problem is, if you aren't suited or sorted operationally, then you're not able to service that channel. So make sure you can service every channel with excellent customer service, expertise, resource, budget, because you want to maximize and optimize that platform, and you can't when you're spread too thin. Fundamental 2, product content that actually converts. So this seems like a basic one, but it isn't so basic, because I look at so much content when we talk with new potential prospects, and they're big brands, and we look at their product pages on Amazon, or we look at their product pages on their direct-to-consumer website, and they don't have all the bells and whistles that you would expect. For me, that's the basic. You've got to think about it. If you go into a store, you can look at the product, you can touch it, you can feel it, you can read the packaging. When you're shopping online, the consumer needs the product information. They need to have their questions answered. They need to be able to see the product in so many different angles and to understand what those benefits are. They're not able to pick up that box or pick up the product and really see. Amazon's your online showroom. So just make sure that you are answering all those customer questions and you do have all those bells and whistles on your product pages, because if you don't, a competitor will, and your customer will go and purchase from them because they're not getting the answers they need from your products. Fundamental 3 is knowing your product margins and your cost to serve before you scale. We see so many brands that are scaling, but when we look at their profitability, it isn't there. You don't want to scale your business if your products aren't profitable. You need to look at how much you're paying out on commissions. What are your fulfillment fees? What's your landed cost? How much you're paying out on ads? How much you're paying to agencies? All these different costs need to come into your profit and loss to really understand your economics at SKU level and account level, because there's no point in growing a business if you aren't profitable. So make sure you have your numbers in line. You are completely in tune with exactly where your numbers are and where you want them to be before you go and ramp up your sales. Fundamental 4 is build a repeatable traffic engine. And what I mean by that is you've got to feed effectively the machine, and the machine that's driving traffic to your product pages, whether that be on Amazon, whether that be your direct-to-consumer website, or even to products that you're highlighting in social media. And that can be done in many different ways. There's going to be organically, where you appear in search in TikTok, where you appear on the organic search results in Amazon, or even potentially on Google. Then you've got paid ads, where you're driving traffic potentially to your D2C website, to your Amazon listings, to your TikTok listings. You also have affiliates that you can be tapping into. You might be tapping into them on TikTok Shop, on your socials, such as Instagram. And then also, if you're focusing on your D2C website, then you may have customers already signed up to a newsletter or for SMS texts. So it's all about how do you drive more traffic And how do you keep driving that traffic to your product pages across all the channels that you're focusing on? And fundamental 5 is building a brand ecosystem that people connect with. And that is something that is going to be even more powerful and even more important as we go into 2026 and beyond. With platforms like TikTok and platforms even such as Instagram, it's all about community. People want to connect with your brand. People want to understand your brand. It's not just about, oh, that's a fantastic product. It's a story behind that. And all that storytelling comes from video content. It comes, which you'll see on platforms like your social channels, like TikTok. Customers want to hear about your product from other customers. They want to share those experiences. And so if you feel that you have a good product, but you don't have a solid brand story, think about that, because that is going to take you to the next level where people can resonate with your brand, not only your products. And once people are resonating with your brand, it makes it a lot easier when you start going into new products and launching them into the market. So make sure that you are connecting with your customer, because chances are you connect with your customer, word of mouth happens, and also you get repeatable customers. So just remember these key 5 fundamentals. It's about making sure that you are focusing on the channels based on your operational fit, that you know your product margins, that you're building content that actually converts, you're connecting with your audience, and you are building continual, repeatable traffic to your products. Now, those, you're probably thinking, yeah, we're already doing that, and it seems quite obvious. But the reason why I'm highlighting it is because actually I see so many brands not doing that, and they're focusing on, let's say, level 2 or level 3, because they think they've got level 1s sorted, which, yes, they've touched different points, but they haven't actually mastered it. So make sure you master those 5 fundamentals before moving on and scaling your business.